All right, we got record. Awesome. Awesome. All right, dude, Derek from Babylon AD. Thank you so much for doing this. Um, the new song, Wrecking Machines. I love it. It's awesome.
Cool.
The video's awesome too. If they
Yeah.
ever make another RoboCop, man, that song has to be in the movie, man.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Um, all right, and and I gotta ask, right? Probably like The Kid Goes Wild is probably some of the first like rock music I ever heard, right? Because the very first VHS tape we ever owned was RoboCop 2. So like that's probably some of the very first rock music I ever heard, man.
Wow.
And Sam Kennison, right?
Yep.
How'd the Sam Kennison? What's the connection there, man? How'd that happen?
That happened when we were recording the first album and we were putting down the tracks to Kid Goes Wild. And Sam happened to be recording his album at the same exact time in the same studio we were. I think it was Cherokee Studios. I think Robert Palmer was there, us, Slaughter, and there's 4 rooms. And so Sam was there doing his tracks, and he asked me if I could come over and sing a couple songs background vocals for his album. So I went to his studio and did some background vocals for his album. And then I asked him to return the favor. I said, well, I sing on your album. Will you sing on mine? And just so happened that I was thinking to myself, that we had that breakdown in Kid Goes Wild, and I was going to put something there that I had made up. But I thought to myself, it'd be cool if we could get Sam to do this. So I gave him my lyrics, what I thought he would say and stuff like that. And he maybe took like 1 or 2 lines of it. And the rest was just all ad lib. He did it in 2 takes, and it was pretty cool. He did about 4 o'clock in the morning, so it was pretty crazy.
Oh man, that's so rad.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, and dude, I got some like deep dive RoboCop questions. Okay, so the video, right? The awesome video for Kid Goes Wild. You got RoboCop in the video. Was that Peter Weller in the
Yes,
video? Was
yes,
it?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Matter of fact,
Um,
he was supposed to be in there for uh he was there on the set. He was supposed to be, so well, to be honest with you, I don't know. He was there on the set, and all of a sudden RoboCop came out like, a half hour early, half hour later, so might not have been if you think about it, but he was there at the shoot though. So was it him or not? I don't, who knows?
right on. Because I met Peter Weller and I was like, dude, I love the Babylon AD video. And he was like, what? Like,
I met him one time too, and I said the same thing, and he was like, "Oh, okay, cool, thanks, man."
yeah, like, I mean, I met him at a convention. I mean, if you do like a convention for like 8 hours and somebody
Mhm.
asks you about the Babylon AD video, you're gonna be
Right.
like,
Yeah. I actually met him in Positano, Italy. He was with his grandson, and I was like, "Holy shit, there's Peter Weller." So I went over to him and said, "Hey," introduced myself, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I do remember some kind of a trailer with you guys." So yeah, it's pretty cool.
oh man, that's okay. And then another question. So I got on the single, right? The cassette, I got the cassette single, and there's 2 versions. There's the album mix, and then
Hmm.
there's the Robo mix.
Yeah.
Now, and in that one, RoboCop is on it. Is that Peter Weller or is that like?
I don't know who did the voiceover on that kind of stuff. I really don't. Um, I do remember them making a couple different mixes of it. There was like a big bottom mix or something like that. I think they made 3 or 4 different mixes of it, but I don't really remember, man. Can't tell you.
All right, on. Okay, all right. So how did the RoboCop 2 connection? How'd that start?
Well, that was I guess Orion Pictures heard the song, and they contacted Arista Records, and Arista Records, our A&R guy got involved, and he basically called up my manager and had to sit down with the band and said, "What do you think? They're going to pay for half the video. You guys are going to be, in the movie. You're going to do the trailer. It'll be, to help the visuals of the band. We get more exposure and stuff like that." So we said, "Yeah." That's how it come about.
Oh, right on. Because I think I was watching you on like Headbangers Ball, and you actually had like a guy, like a RoboCop,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
the RoboCop
That
guy.
was Peter Weller. No, just kidding. Man.
And I think it was like a birthday. It was somebody's birthday because Ricky Rackman was like offering you some cupcakes, and you were
Oh,
like, "No."
I do remember something like I think he was talking to somebody in Motley Crue or something like that. I don't remember everything. Long
Because
time ago.
yeah, like Nikki Six, he like called him up on the show, and he's like, "Yeah, somebody thought I was you," and then Ricky Rackman was like, "Really?" Like he was like so happy that somebody thought Nikki Six was Ricky Rackman. So all right. So, dude, it seems like you got like a lot of movement going on with Babylon AD, man. You got new music. You got like a new tour going.
Yeah, well, we've been playing quite a bit. We played a nice theater the other night in Tracy, California. The place was packed out, so that was really fun. We did a lot of dates this year in 2024, and since the new year's turned over, we're working on a new album. You know, so Rome wasn't built in a day. Not to say it's in the rearview mirror, but we're working on a new one. You know, so you get kind of excited about the new material. You know, we've got a bunch of songs written, and we're going to start it's doing laying down the drum tracks in March. So we're hoping to have that one out before we start playing out in the summertime. We've got some gigs over in Europe, and we've got some. This is all later in the year, like August, September, October, stuff like that. And we're gonna be playing the Whiskey again, which is my favorite place to play, just because it's like hollowed ground when you're on that stage, you know. But yeah, we got a lot of things in the work, man.
All right, on. And dude, one of my best friends, me and him, we're both huge Kiss fans. I noticed the Kiss shirt, man. Do you have like a favorite Kiss album or favorite Kiss song?
Well, I think Kiss Alive is, you know, I like I like the whole. I like probably three or four different albums that they made up until Destroyer. I think, you know, and
Um,
some of the new stuff I never really got into. As soon as they took off their makeup, it kind of lost it for me, to be honest with you.
right on. Because we're up in Michigan, so like Kiss Alive, man, Cobo Hall. I mean,
Yeah,
that's like, you know,
yeah,
we love
yeah.
that stuff.
Oh yeah, that was a great album, man. Really, was a big part of my youth when I was in junior high school and high school.
Yeah. My friend, I think he's the one he messaged you about like the Babylon AD. Because he had like a I think it was like a bracelet or something,
Yeah.
and he said he messaged you and you got like right back with him and like said it was like an early like radio promotion thing and stuff. So yeah, we're both
Yeah.
huge Babylon AD fans.
Yeah, I wish I would have had that bracelet myself, but I don't know how many they made, you know. I know that went out to all radio right before our album came out, you know. And then so it just said Babylon. It didn't have the AD on there. And then about maybe I don't know, maybe 3 months before our record came out, a band popped out of the woodwork saying, "Hey, you know, we own that name," and they basically sued us. We had to go to court and everything like that. And we had to pay them a lot of money just to keep the Babylon, and then we tagged on the AD just so we'd have no more problems with it, you know. But it kind of sucks, you know, when stuff like that happens. I mean, nowadays there's hundreds of bands that all have the same freaking name. You know, nobody says shit, you know.
Yeah.
But there's always some scumbag out there trying to stab you in the back and take money from you, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I mean, I think we got it, man. I mean, I don't want to take too much of your time. I
Cool.
thank you so much for doing this, man. I mean, Babylon AD, I'm such a huge fan. The kid goes wild. I think I've actually took like my tape recorder up to the TV like during the RoboCop 2 and recorded the song because I wanted it so bad. So, but thank you so much for doing this, dude. I look forward to hearing all your new music. It's all good. It's all like sounds awesome. So, yeah, man. All right. Well, thank you so much, dude.
Okay, brother. Have a good day. Bye.
You too.